What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Chicken Bone Alley, brought to you by SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Profab Headers and Exhaust, and Earl Ramey Racing Engines. What's going on, guys? I'm David.
I'm Connor.
What's up, man? Been a couple weeks.
Yeah. Not too much, kind of in the usual summer schedule here. We raced the Legend car a couple times since we last talked, and yeah, just a little bit of working, a little bit of relaxing. About you?
Hard at it, man. Hard at it. I hear you. About the same. Got a good bit to talk about, I guess, from some Legend car racing, yeah. I guess, here in a little while. Speaking of, Matt said, "What's up? What's up, Matt?" Yeah, that's been about it, and working on cars, and tried to run Charger car in the late model class over Dillon, and which was okay, I guess. But other than that, it's been working, and been had a wedding this past weekend. I had to officiate and DJ.
That's right. How'd that go?
Our buddy Derek McGrew Sr. got married, him and Jamie. So congratulations. It went really good, actually. They were originally going to do it on the beach, and they were right across the street from the beach, actually. Well, like one block over, but I could look out the front porch and see the beach. Mm-hmm. But the backyard, this place was beautiful, and it was right there on the inlet. Yeah, back there. Not the waterway exactly, but just in Garden City, you know how it's back there at the inlet back there. And it was beautiful back there. And so they were like, man, let's just, instead of everybody having to lug chairs way over there, let's just do it right here.
Sweet.
I was like, that works for me.
Sometimes that sand will be hot. I remember,
well,
the one that I went to, it was pretty, the sand was hot, and everybody's just kind of walking around. Yeah,
it was that, and also I was, and I told Kayla this on the way down there. I was like, there's going to be a lot of people on the beach.
Oh, yeah.
Sometime. Yeah, exactly, especially right here before school starts back and everything, and there's going to be a lot of people there. So it probably actually worked out better just doing it there, and I really think it did. But it was It turned out really good. It was really small, short, exactly what they wanted. So got my first time officiating the wedding over.
Yeah, I expected.
Went all right. Our youth pastor at church, he graciously helped me out with his little outline that he uses. He's like, here, he said he's got one that's longer or whatever, and he was like, this one's simple. So that's if that's what they want. I was like, yeah, that's exactly what they want. So, and I actually even shortened it up some from what he had on there. So, pretty much followed it and went along with it. So it was good. Awesome. It was good. I don't know.
You can DJ and officiate, and you can be just
all in one package. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the phone real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, on the phone already here on the show this week, we got the winner from the Cars Tour race this past week in the throwback race there, Mr. Ronnie Bassett Jr. Ronnie, what's up, man?
Hey, how are you doing this afternoon?
We are wonderful, man. We are actually we were just sitting here talking about, man, it's not too hot today. Like, man, finally a comfortable afternoon around here.
Yeah, it's nice for sure.
How about you, man? How's how beyond racing? How's the weekend treated you?
It's been nice. We had a scheduled vacation to come to the beach after Hickory. Being the Wilkesboro on in this weekend, we just got to get cut a little short, but it's nice to spend a couple days away with the family.
Nah, what beach you at?
Oak Island.
Oak Island. I hear you. Good deal. Our actually, I was just looking. Our buddy Skylar Whitfield going to be playing there this week. So yeah, I was just talking about. I had to. I was at a wedding down in Garden City here in South Carolina here over the weekend. So beach is a nice place to be this time of year.
Yes, it is. Like I said, overcast day, no sun. Pretty nice.
Well, man, I say, we appreciate you taking some time out of your vacation, man, to join us on here. We greatly appreciate that, man.
Absolutely. We're living and breathing racing every day, so nothing to it.
I hear you. All right, before we even get into anything else on there, I got a question. Me and Connor just spoke about this. I just want to know, are you coming back and going to run the street stock again at Dillon at the New Year's Bash? Because, man, that thing was fast this past year before you had some bad luck.
Yeah, that was a good time for sure. My buddy Shane Wilson allowed me to drive his car, and really nice race car. Hopefully we can work something out to be able to do it again this year and have some fun for sure.
Dude, that thing was fast. That was a rocket ship, and I was like, man, I was so disappointed. I was just when you had your bad luck with it. But hey, that is what it is. But
yeah, I felt like we was gonna have a solid day, and throttle started sticking half throttle to the corner, so I knew it was gonna be a long night.
Yeah, well, that kind of, and I don't want to, put it too bad, but man, that's kind of is being how your season's gone in the Cars Tour this season. I mean, like, you've had good speed, really good speed here and there, but for whatever reason, just, little reasons here and there, haven't had all the finishes you wanted. But, man, sure turned that around this weekend.
Yeah, it's been an up and down year for sure. Actually, since we started back late model racing, it's been up and down. We'll have a good finish, and then go finish 20th the next week. Just can't really be consistent week in and week out like we need to be. But, we had a good race car all weekend at Hickory, and we were finally got a little bit of luck and got on the other side of the hump for sure, hopefully.
There you go, man. That's is awesome. That was a wild race. Just watching it. Have you went back and watched that race?
Actually, when I got home Saturday night, I stayed up to about 4 watching it, just seeing how everything played out, what I kind of done different to be a little better contender at the end of the race.
Man, that was a wild one there. From cars just everywhere to on fire and everything else.
I told my guys I'm glad for once we didn't run 10 because we would have been need to put a body on it this week.
I'm telling you. Well, speaking of bodies real quick, before we go any farther in it, man, it was throwback week. Tell everybody kind of about the scheme you ran on yours.
Yeah, so our good friends at Besmer Tire, actually, the Campbell family themselves, we've grown up racing together, and they had a family thing where they owned their own car back in the 90s, and it was pretty cool to be able to honor Dee Campbell and the whole Campbell family and have them all come out this weekend and hang out with us and be able to put it in Victory Lane.
Man, that was a sharp looking ride. I love, I don't know what it is. I love paint schemes that are not too busy,
Just clean.
Clean looking. And man, and what was so funny is my first car actually was a silver Camaro, so it just it reminds me. I'm like, it's silver. I love it. That was awesome.
Yeah, it made it look cool. We got the wrapping all put on, and then got the door numbers on them. I mean, this thing looks good. And we went and tested on Tuesday, and the guy that works for us took some pictures on it. I think it looks really good on the racetrack. So it was cool to be able to throw it back and be able to do that for the Campbell family and the Roach family.
It was sharp, man, for sure. That's awesome. All right, so you qualified 5th, is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So when you qualified 5th and race kind of started, what'd you feel like you had?
Honestly, our struggling point all year has been qualifying. We've been anywhere from 12th to 15th, and the field is just so tight that if you don't qualify in the top 5, you just struggle to get there and be able to have enough tire or not a tore-up race car when you get there. So being able to start in the top 5 and maintain that all night long was pretty big for us. And we fired off pretty good, and just the longer we got a little tighter in the center and free off. So we kind of tried to manage the gap to Millington there for a while, and when it was time to go, we just ended up getting 2 free all the way through the corner.
I got you. And like we said, there was a pile of restarts in this race. It looked like to me, just watching back, it looked like you fired off pretty good, and like you said, it seemed like over the run it kind of went away a little more, but it fired off really good. It looked like.
Yeah. Once we got everything cooled down, it fired off. Like Millington, they first 4 or 5 laps of the run, they were about a 10th better than we were, and we were a 10th better than 3rd place. So we were able to manage that gap, and I felt like knowing what we know now, if I would have just managed our car a little better and saved a little tire, we could have had a little better shot at the end to compete with them for the actual win.
I hear you. And that's something I want to talk about, man. And it's kind of been a ongoing thing, but it seems like these races now, for whatever reason this year, especially, are 100% about managing your tire. And we've seen people like Connor Hall, for instance. It's like he'll run, 5th to 7th, somewhere in there, and then all of a sudden, the last stint, all of a sudden here he comes, and I guess it's because he's managed tire. That's what it looks like from the outside looking in. Is that what it seems like to you guys? I mean, is it just all about managing tire now?
Well, not really. I don't feel like with this new ST2 tire, it's a lot harder than what we're used to. So, when I say back in the day, 2012, when we ran the Goodyear tires, if you ran hard for 25 laps, you wouldn't be done at the end of the race if you did that early. Even with the F45, like you watched the Hampton Heat a couple weeks ago, they all manage their cars and manage their tires. With these new STs, like you can get them hot and then back off and cool them down. It kind of bit us in the butt a little bit after the first race at Hickory this year. We ran as hard as we could the whole race and didn't have much pace fall off. And then this time go around, we had a little pace fall off. So I don't know if, the inconsistency of the tire or what it may be, or if they're, learning more of the tire as they make it. But I still feel like there's a little fall off, but not quite as much as there used to be.
I told Connor back at the first year, that's what I was waiting on, because me and him both run a Charger car stuff over at Dillon and over here at Florence Motor Speedway. And I said, I'm waiting for these ST tires to start trickling down as our scuffs here shortly, and I don't know what we're going to get.
Hopefully you just stay on the 45s.
That's what we've said too. That's what we've said. So that's I'm hoping that's where we stay for right now. Well, man. So as that race progressed, like I said, there's a lot of cautions. Did that kind of mess with your strategy any?
Not really. I mean, our goal the whole night was honestly just keep track position. I felt like if we could stay in the top 3 to top 5 all night long, we had a good enough race car to at least I think worst case scenario, run third. And like I said, if I would have just managed our car a little better, maybe we could have been fighting for, we'll just call it the actual win, but be there at the end,
Man, would you having time in the Xfinity series and stuff like that? Do you feel like that? With a longer race than what most late models run, do you feel like that kind of helps you sometimes? Manage that car like you were talking about, or is it the other way around where you almost feel like in Xfinity you manage for a long time, whereas the late model you got to go.
It's kind of both ways. Like, the Xfinity stuff, you pit every 45 or 60 laps and you get new tires. So it's like restarting the race.
That's right.
There's not really much saving. It's really been a big learning curve running these 125 lap races because, back in 2012, a weekly UAR race was 150 laps.
That's right.
We didn't run longer races. So it's just taking me a little longer to know how long I can ride and still be able to get to the front, or how hard I need to push just throughout the entire race to maintain track position.
I hear you there, man. I hear you there. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I feel like you've done a great job this year, and you always have. Obviously, I just watching this year, you've done a great job. But to me, the Cars Tour right now is probably almost about the most competitive that it's ever been. I mean, there's so many teams up there that are. You know what I mean? They're well backed teams and stuff like that, and for it's y'all's operation out there, and y'all are going out there, and there's a lot of competition out there now, man.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we qualified fifth at 89, and the pole was an 84, so we're half a tenth, and we're on the pole. So it's very, very tight. I like it. That's why we chose to do the Cars Tour when we come back late model racing. We wanted to race with the best short track racers we felt like, and here we are finally a year and a half later, finally got us a win.
There you go, man. There you go, and it's awesome. It is awesome. All right, so let's talk about a little bit there about this win. If anybody didn't see it, it's been all over social media, so I don't know how you haven't, but if anybody didn't see it, basically last couple of laps, Connor Hall was coming. Ryan Millington was in the lead. Connor kind of gets under Millington, I guess moves him up the track a little bit. They kind of slide through turn 4. Ryan comes back, takes a shot in 1 and 2, couldn't get him. Comes back in 3 and 4, and he got him. He got him good. Spun Connor out. Connor comes across the line 4th. Ryan comes across the line 1st, but they give him the black flag, and this is how Ronnie is sitting in victory lane. What were your thoughts in the last few laps?
Honestly, we were just managing our car, hoping for a caution there at the end, just make sure we didn't burn the right rear up in case one came out. We could try to battle it out. They had kind of checked out to a pretty good lead, so I didn't see any of it. But after watching the replay, I can't call either one of them. Man, it's going for the win.
That's right.
I'm gonna race just as hard as either one of them. Obviously, I don't know the full intentions of what Ryan was trying to do, but it's unfortunately his bad luck was our good luck.
Hey, man, that's what Connor said earlier. What was it? How'd you say it?
Yeah, you have enough bad luck. You finally goes your way. You're just gonna count it.
That's right. Count it however you can get it, man. You got to be in position. I mean, you do. You have to be in position for when things like that happen, and fortunately, you were.
That's the thing. Like, we ran pretty much second most of the race, and like I told somebody, if we'd have been running 4th, we'd have finished second. So we had to be in position, like you said, to capitalize on what happened.
For sure, man. For sure. Well, man, that is awesome. I am so glad you got to park it in victory lane there. It whatever circumstances, regardless, it shows your name in the book as a win and get to hold the checker flag. But regardless, just running good like that has to, it's all about, you feel like there's some momentum in this sport always, and you learn off of it. So regardless, it's got to help you.
Well, absolutely. I mean, we went to Caraway Cup, the last Cars Tour race, and Honestly, I was telling my guys I felt like our car was better at Caraway than it was at Hickory all weekend, and I think we just ended up getting a bad set of tires, and we ran 20th all night. So we decided, 5 o'clock that Friday afternoon, we were going to go to Tri-County and led 70 laps and finished second. So first and second, the last 2 races out, hopefully some momentum we keep going for Wilkesboro.
That's up next. So what's your thoughts about Wilkesboro? I know y'all went and did some testing there a while back. So what's your thoughts?
I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, we've always struggled on these high grip tracks, and going to Tri-County a couple weeks ago and having a good race, I feel like we learned a lot on some things that transpired over to Wilkesboro and at the test, but I thought we were pretty good. So hopefully we can put it back like it was and go have a good solid weekend. Like I said, whether it's first or fifth, we just got to be competitive and be there at the end of these races.
Well, good deal, man. Good deal. Well, who all you got to thank for helping you on that car this year?
Oh, obviously my mom and dad, they put their heart and soul into allowing me to be able to race, and Bessemer Tire, Rex Younger Galleries, Affordable Heating and Air. Just honestly, all these guys that have stuck with me for the past year and a half. We've been grinding it out. Like I said, we haven't had solid finishes every week, but it's nice to finally be able to get their names out there and get in victory lane.
Good deal, buddy. Good deal. Well, man, go have some fun on the beach with the kids there. I did want to ask you one little thing, and it kind of slipped my mind here. I've watched you over the years. Special needs is kind of a near and dear thing to your heart. Tell everybody how that kind of come about in your life.
Yeah, absolutely. My youngest biological brother has Down syndrome, and I tell anybody out there, if they haven't met a kid with Down syndrome, then they're missing out.
That's what
you can go run 25th in a car sore race and come home, and he's the happiest kid in the world, and just it makes you put things into perspective, And then my mom and dad adopted 2 other kids with Down syndrome, one from Armenia and one from Serbia. So Chase, my biological brother, could have a brother and sister to grow up with.
That is awesome. That's awesome. My youngest son has autism, and man, I being around some different classes like we have at church and in his school and stuff, and man, all those kids just have the most fun ever. Like you just said, doesn't matter what happens, they're the happiest people ever and have the most fun. So I appreciate you putting that cause at the forefront.
Oh, absolutely. Like you said, they're a joy to be around, and people that don't get to do it every day, I hope they get to at least witness once in their lifetime and see what kind of joy they bring to you.
For sure, man. All right, buddy. Well, go have some fun on the beach there with the kiddos, and best of luck at North Wilkesboro this weekend. If we don't see you before, we'll see you over here at Florence Motor Speedway in a few weeks.
Sounds good. I appreciate y'all for having me on.
All right, buddy. Appreciate you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ronnie Bassett Jr. bringing home the Cars Tour win at the throwback there at Hickory Motor Speedway.
Another thriller.
It was.
They've had, I can't remember the last time they haven't had a finish that came down to the last lap.
Dude, it's been crazy this year. But what I want to ask, and I probably could have got into it with him, but whatever. We saw Landon Huffman and I can't even remember the guy's name.
Andrew Grady.
Yeah, Andrew Grady. That's right. Andrew Grady. Yeah. That's who it was. They had some Grady kind of had some words about Huffman, but in my opinion, what happened wasn't.
Yeah, he got
it's like he hit the brakes coming out the corner.
Well, you had to check up for whatever reason. You can't.
You can't just stop on a dime.
Especially when you're rolling up to his back bumper. You can't. Yeah, there wasn't much you could do there.
No, wasn't anything you could do. But in his cruise in the fight at the end of the pit road with the 51 crowd,
they were fighting. I couldn't tell who was
couldn't
fighting.
either. I found out today on Facebook, and I was like, "This dude made everybody mad in the short time he was out there." But is the
there was another guy calling out Junior and.
Oh yeah, I can't remember. I know Connor Jones and Katie Hettinger kind of got into it.
Yeah.
He hit the infield tractor tire. I thought that was the only thing in dirt car, but apparently,
Oh yeah, I saw that.
it tore that car up.
Mm-hmm.
Who was that called him out?
Can't remember.
I can't remember.
I'll probably think of it in a minute.
I will too.
I don't know. Maybe we'll have to-
It was whoever that Carson got into, and it was just piling up in the corner to
it
me.
was just a
Then the Dale Earnhardt throwback car, it ended up in a blaze of glory down there.
oh, yeah.
It was on fire in
Yeah.
turn 1 and 2, and I was,
that was
it is the. Do you think though that the racing is getting too aggressive almost?
it's hard. It's hard to judge. You know, you it's certainly at all time high of aggressive. I feel like, but the field's probably as close as it's ever been too.
It is.
You know?
I think that's caused it.
Yeah.
All those cars are so fast.
I mean, qualifying it was like a 10th
yeah.
from like first to 15th or
Yeah,
something. You know,
exactly.
it was insane.
I don't. It's man, that's crazy. It is. It's insane anymore. But they're all over each other, and I feel like who was talking about this the other day? Me and my dad were talking about it, and I can't even remember who we were listening to. Somebody talking about it, and they just said that. And I know this is a lot of people like to say, "Oh, NASCAR died with Dale Earnhardt, racing died with Dale Earnhardt, and stuff like that." I don't agree with all that,
Yeah.
but I think from the top down, after Dale Earnhardt's death, I will say, I think like the level of respect on track has kind of gone down. I know that was a few years before you were born, Connor, but it was. I mean, it was kind of back then. Everybody would, if you drove somebody bad on the track, I mean, just drove with no respect. I mean, just went in there and run over some people. They went down and had words with you. I mean, it may come to a fight. It may just be words. Who knows? But that's kind of how it just was. Well, now, and we see it a lot now in legend car racing. These guys, a lot of them are kids. They think that's how you drive. You just go in there and run over the person and keep on going. I don't know what's caused it. I'm like you. I think everybody, it's like every class. The technology is up here, and everybody is so close. I think that's one thing because they know if you don't get around them, when you get to them,
It's tough.
you're just not going to get around them.
And stock car racing is a contact sport, of course, but
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, I know it is tough to draw the line.
Now, I think I will say, and this is just my opinion. You give me your opinion. Let's say Connor Hall and Ryan Millington there at the end of that race. In my opinion, Connor was racing hard, and he didn't just run into Ryan's left rear. He got loose under him. He hit a bump, got loose. And have you ever been to Hickory?
I've heard it's very bumpy.
Ooh. I stepped in a crack in the track one time and plumb rolled my ankle. Was as wide as my foot.
Yeah.
A track, if any track needs repaving, is that one.
Yeah.
But it puts on good racing, so I see why they don't. But Connor didn't go in there and just wipe him out. He left him to race him. Well, Ryan said in an interview afterwards, Connor wasn't going to win that race.
Yeah.
He said, I was going to do whatever I had to do,
Yeah.
so he didn't win that race. I'm like,
Yeah, it's not. I guess you know you all the time get out of a car and you see what actually happened on replay and it's different than what you thought. For the most part, up front it's been rough, but it hasn't been. Most of the stuff where cars getting tore up have been
yeah,
mid pack.
Mid-pack,
People are already
right.
frustrated. So I don't know. It's tough. They're so close and they're so. I don't know. It's like a tone gets set like that. Though some races it won't, but like if they start bumping each other a little bit early on, it's like it just continues throughout the whole race.
Yep. And that one the other night, I knew from the time the green flag
You
fell,
knew
it was just like,
they were
man, this
three
could be
wide
rough.
lap 2 or something. Yeah.
Katie Hettinger sat on the outside pole.
Oh yeah, she got
But didn't look like she took off okay. She was stuck on the outside and didn't look like she could get going. And I think she still ended up okay. But yeah, I know Connor Jones was mad at her. He says she brake checked him in the middle of the corner, and I'm like, maybe, but where y'all were racing in a pack of 10 cars right there. I mean, maybe it was a brake check. Maybe she had to check up because somebody else in front of her. I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't know. It's just, it seems different anymore. It seems, I don't know. I know Carson Quapple had a rough night.
his car was.
It's like if there was something happened, it happened right in front of him.
His nose was all tore up.
It was sticking straight up in the air at one point.
Which is unusual to see them running like that. Me and
I know.
Dad were talking. They've kind of fallen off a little bit from where they were, which was a very high standard. You know, they won about every late model race for a while.
It was.
And they still have speed at times.
Yep, for
It's just
sure.
not-
I wonder if it's because of, and I don't know. I know he's spending a lot more time in the Xfinity simulator, they've said, with running those races for Junior Motorsports. And
I'm just saying junior late models in general.
oh yeah, you're right.
You know?
You're right for sure.
Carson, yeah, but I feel like the cars were so good at one point that
Yeah, they just couldn't.
Carson was
hardly be
good,
beat.
but it made him it helped him out a lot too.
And I still think
But
he'll
I think
be.
everybody else is catching up. Is really more what it is.
I think this week could come down to. I think it'll be Carson and Brennan up there battling for the lead at North Wilkesboro. For whatever reason, that
It'll be
track just fits them too.
It'd be interesting to see how it is repaved though. They're gonna be
Right.
ripping around there. They're gonna have a ton
But
of grip to go with.
Connor Hall, who is still your points leader, man, he has put on a show of consistency.
Yeah, they've had some speed every race they've gone to.
And just like I was saying, man, it's like all of a sudden he'll run fourth, fifth, somewhere around in there, and all of a sudden the last stint of the race come up.
He has not been qualifying that good. He said it. I knew when he qualified good that they were really going to be in trouble then.
Yeah. And he did that exact thing the other night. He just rode around, towards the top five and for the most part of the race and took off there at the end. He always takes off right at the end, though. Like, he don't give himself much time.
No. But I don't know. I think he's one of those that can, lock in and run 15 really good laps at the end of the race. And
it's really crazy to me.
Around.
That car that he's driving, first of last year, could not get out of its own way.
We saw it in Florence that day where they were changing every shock and spring on it.
Yep. Cale Gale was driving it then. Bubba Gale was over there helping them with they had Gale Force machines all through that trailer trying to figure out shocks and spring. They changed the whole rear end that day we were there.
They were not very good at all.
No, they just couldn't get that car figured out. What Huffman got in that car.
They were okay,
and
they started making a little progress.
That's what I was fixing to say. And he won the what was that race?
He won the 30,000.
30,000. Yeah.
The first couple of races they were running 20th, and they kind of slipped up to 15th, and then they all of a sudden did get.
Once they won that race, it's like he was running.
He
top 10
he almost
solid.
won the Thunder Road.
Yep.
At South Boston, they were almost won Martinsville.
Yep. So, is it? That's why I wonder, But we've seen Connor Hall in his own stuff, especially over here at Florence and everything else.
Oh yeah. Dominate.
So do you think it's the car, or you think it's the drivers just getting in?
Well, I think the car is good. I think both the drivers. I think Landon did a good job of, bringing the program along because it was. I mean, when he got in it wasn't. It was still where it was. Previously it wasn't very good at all. But they're still. I mean, they won championships with McCarty.
That's right.
They were
for sure
the premier team until they kind of lost some of their guys there for a while. So I don't know. But I mean, Hall's a good driver, just what he's done before. So
for sure. Landon, on the other hand, can't get it going.
No,
I mean he's picked up over the last month probably.
I think he's doing wise now and just running some local stuff.
Yeah, I think
without major backing, it's tough to run the car store. Even
And I think he might have could have done it, but he needed a year back running his own stuff on a consistent basis. I think just to get back in that swing, get back. Okay, this is what I need to learn about this car. You know, because every car is different.
Yeah.
We know that. I think he's getting back to that level. He's won a few
he won
local
Tri-County the other
races.
day, yeah.
And I think he'll get back there. I just think he trying to trial by fire in the cars tour just is a rough way to go. And the car he was driving, I don't
I don't know what the car was. Cursed.
Something was wrong with that car.
Yeah. Brand new car, and it just
couldn't make it run. And that was RNS.
I think so.
Yeah. It just couldn't make it happen with it. Who knows? But regardless, congratulations again to Ronnie Bassett Jr. for taking home the checker flag.
Gotta be there.
I like to see stories like him. He's he ran late models for a long time. Decided wanted to move up, try to move up, make a move to in NASCAR ranks, and ran some Xfinity for
I didn't
I guess a
ran
couple
that
years
for a while.
there. Yeah, kind of part-time deal.
Yeah.
Then decided this year, or past year and a half or so, really wanted to just step back, focus back on the late models again, and I think about now is when it's showing on, and it seems like that's how it is. Everybody that goes up and comes back is like it takes a little while to get back into this thing.
Late model stock, really.
That's why I actually I give it to Dale Earnhardt Jr. because he can jump in them every once in a while, and like he did at Hampton Heat, I think he finished
fifth.
It was, yeah.
5, yeah.
He'll come out to Florence, finish 4th there at the Icebreaker at first year. So
That's
I mean,
tough.
he's good. Yeah, it's tough. You
Super
can't just.
competitive.
Those cars are they got so much roll speed in the center of the corners now. That's what's crazy to me. You know, used to, and you can go back and watch them, especially on some like your old videos and stuff. You see everybody in the corner. That did, I guess, more like a street stock, I guess.
Yeah.
You kind of got to the center of the corner. Car really slowed down, and you had to fire it off the corner. Nah, they roll
going there
so much speed through the corner
At a
now.
point and get back in it.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, it looks like they don't use brake. And I believe sometimes I don't think they hardly do. I don't think hardly at Hickory they were using brake at all. I mean, it just looked like they just rolled in the corner and just rolled out of it and matted it again. It's crazy anymore. Crazy. But we do have to thank our good friends, or one of the Victory Lane sponsors for the Cars Tour, SRI Performance. You see them every time there's a new Cars Tour where they get out and put on that SRI hat there in Victory Lane. So go over to SRI Performance. I got to call them now myself. We're changing up some stuff on my car, and I need more springs. I always need more springs. Can you ever have enough springs?
I don't think so.
I don't think you can.
You always don't have the one you need.
That's exactly how it is. So the ones I need, I don't have. So I'm going to have to call them up and get them. So y'all head over to SRI Performance. Get online, www.sriperformance.com. Get on there. Fill up that cart with everything you need. At the end of it, put in that promo code CBONE10. The C is in
Chicken.
BONE 10. Get yourself 10% off at time of checkout. Also, same deal over at Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, guys. I know probably 5 Star and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum are going to be busy after that.
Yeah.
After that Cars Tour race, and it
Bogged
stinks because I think Caden Honeycutt put it on Facebook, and he's like, "Man, it stinks," because he said basically that, you know, with North Wilkesboro coming up, there's probably going to be 3 or 4 cars that don't make it just because they got so tore up this past week.
They had gotten away for a while of having a lot of contact, but not a lot of wrecks.
Yep.
So they caught up to them this week.
Yeah, for some reason that track, it's like
It's tight. I mean, you know,
it's tight, it's fast, and I think it's just track so wore out and slick that once they start sliding, you just don't really pick it back up. But anyway, so they'll be busy over Stock Car Steel this week trying to thrash together back some cars to get them ready to go. for North Wilkesboro this week. The Window World 125 over there. So head over to Stock Car Steel. Tell them we sent you. You'll get all the materials you need for your next project. Also, Earl Ramey Racing Engines. I spent Saturday with the man himself, Earl Ramey, at a wedding. And we were talking about motors all day long. You know how it goes, and racing and whatever else. So, guys, if you need some help on your ride, need a motor in that thing, head over to Earl Ramey Racing Engines and pick up some today. He was talking to me about, he's like, man, we need to get that thing to your shop. Let's get it on chassis dyno and let's make sure everything's right and get everything perfect on it. So I'm going to have to. We got to get it up there. So head over there for any application you got. I seen the other day, like, you know, even if you just need time on a chassis dyno to tune your car, it's available for a rent. So head over to Earl Ramey Racing Engines and get everything you need. And one of the best things you'll put on there to find power is some Profab headers and exhaust. Profab headers, they are quality that wins, guys. Head over to Profab headers and exhaust and get whatever you need. Get they got all the they got everything for pretty much any race car that's out there already made half the time. If they don't, they can custom make it for you. So y'all head over to Profab headers and exhaust today and get everything you need. All right. Let's go ahead and throw this up here while we're here. We just talked about our buddy Skylar Whitfield here a minute ago. Y'all head out and check out our buddy Skylar Whitfield this week. He's all down at the beach on starting August actually. So a couple days. He's taking the first of this week off, I reckon.
Wow. Every time we put up here, he's somewhere.
Dude, he's
every day of the week.
He's wide open. That's the busiest man in music I think you'll see. So on August 1st, he's over at Chimichanga Llama. Say that 5 times
I'll let
fast.
you say it. Easy for you to say.
So that is on the 1st there in Surfside on the 2nd, 49th Street Grill, Bar, and Patio there in Oak Island, right up there where our buddy Ronnie was hanging out at. This Saturday, he is going to be singing the national anthem over at Florence Motor Speedway. I may have to hit on out there this weekend. On the 6th, Barefoot Landing down at North Myrtle Beach. And on the 7th, Route 17 Roadhouse Bar in Myrtle Beach. I might have went too far with those. I think some of those are in next week, aren't they?
Probably so.
Yeah.
7th, yeah.
But it's okay, regardless. I mean,
go ahead and plan ahead.
Plan ahead. If you're down in that area, if you hadn't started back at school, if you're down towards the beach, towards North Myrtle Beach, if you're in Oak Island, head over and see our buddy Skylar Whitfield. If you hear around Florence, you'll see him singing the national anthem this weekend. There at Florence Motor Speedway.
Your boys start back at school this week?
He starts, both of them, yeah, they start back Thursday. Wow. They go Thursday and Friday, then they're out for the weekend.
I got you.
I've never I guess I understand
they
it.
just kind of let you get acclimated.
I think that's what it is. Let's don't send them back a whole week yet. Let's just give them a taste.
Yeah.
They get in the weekend. Because halftime, you know, and you probably knew how it was too. The first couple of days you go back, you never have everything you need.
Mm. Yeah, you always.
It's like,
teachers always hand you paper.
Thank
what
you.
you need.
Now I need this. Yeah. So I guess that's what we'll probably be doing. We'll have to get them some notebooks and paper to get started with, and then go from there. Well, since we ain't been on here in a couple weeks, we had vacations, I guess, or camps, and then I had ended up working last week and all this fun stuff and life calls. Right. Nah, it's summertime. Never know what's gonna happen, but we'll be back in the swing here. But we had I guess we had some racing that went on since. I'm trying to think. I guess we just had one race because we had Thomas over here time before. It was after we were at Dillon, then we skipped a week.
Oh,
then we were back
racing. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, local racing.
Yeah, I think that would just be.
Yeah, 1 week over at Dillon Motor Speedway, which was everything came home clean. We'll say that.
Yeah.
it was a tough day. It was a hot, tough day
Yeah.
at the track for me. Anyway, you were there driving the 5 Legend car with the Grantham Racing over there.
Yeah.
What tell us about your day?
Yeah, we had a pretty good show. There was a really, really stacked field in the Legends,
Was.
for real. So,
Big time.
yes, but we were decent. We qualified 11th or 12th, and I think we ended up running 10th. Kind of felt like we had maybe the wrong gear in the car, and just it was just tough. I think we were fast enough to run, anywhere 6th to 8th, but like I said, it just gave us a tough
So
pass
hard to
there.
pass.
So I think we ended up running. I ran 10th or something. Well, like I said, a very, very competitive field, so it wasn't the worst thing. But it felt like we just missed setup a little bit, but we'll keep chugging along, and not like I said, not it doesn't sound like that great of a run, but it was really one of the most competitive fields we've had in a while.
Dude, it was close. It was close. But this was the weekend with the Carolina Pro Late models and the Carolina
Crate
Crate
modifieds.
Modifieds, yep. And so there was a lot of classes, and they did like Florence does, which we aren't used to at Dillon, I guess, but they did like Florence does, and our second round of practice was our qualifying.
Yeah, I didn't know that till after I'd already done it.
Scar's like, I might have drove harder.
No, I think I did drive pretty decent.
My car was so far off, and I don't know why, but it was so far off in the first practice that we had to throw something at it, try to make a big swing at it. And we made a big swing, and it went really big, way too far.
Yeah.
And I didn't think we took a big swing, but I didn't think we took that big a swing. That's what I was fixing to say. And in y'all's first race there, Matt got took out by a muffler.
Yeah, he did get Barry dropped the.
He dropped a bomb on him there. Apparently, it took out everything on his car. But I went out to first practice, and I was so loose that I couldn't touch the gas. Second practice, I went out, which was our qualifying. It wouldn't turn in a 10-acre field. I mean, it was just awful. So qualified, terrible. Qualified like 17th. But they split the group up and put us in a second race. Okay, cool, whatever. Which put us starting third in that race. Rafe started second. I can't remember.
Josh Hopkins.
Yeah, Josh Hopkins Jr. started on the pole. Green flag come out, and he didn't go. Josh Hopkins didn't go. Junior didn't go in turn 1 for some reason. I don't know what. I mean, maybe his car wouldn't, but he seemed fast after that. But he did not drive it down turn 1 that first time. Rafe got around outside. It was good to go. We ran a couple laps, and caution came out. So I was like, okay, well, we have a choose cone there. I love choose cone personally. I like that. I wish every track would do it. So I waited to see where second place was going to start, because regardless, I was going to start on the opposite row where second place started. We had a typical restart. First start on bottom, second outside. I was inside on second row. I told Pete, he spotted for Rafe. I was like, tell him hold on, because I'm going to push him. And I did. I pushed him all the way down in turn 1. We kind of took off. Rode a few laps. Had another caution. They tore up a bunch of cars in this race. We were out there. Yeah. Dude, I was telling Sterling, Sterling was spotting for me. I was like, tell him to stop this race. just red flag it. Yeah. Just let us out on the front stretch. Something. I'm tired of riding around here just under caution. It was so long. I looked back at the pit road TV broadcast. We rode around for like 15 minutes. The first wreck caution. And then there was another one, and we rode around for like 25 minutes.
I remember whatever that one on the back straightaway was.
Yeah.
Y'all were out there forever.
Well, there was two on the back straightaway. One had one car, and the other one had two cars.
2-car one.
Yeah, 2-car one took 25 minutes that we rode around. Whew, I was just tired of being in the car at that point, just riding. Anyway, so all them cautions got out. I started second on the last restart, and went down side by side with my buddy Rafe in turn one, and he drove in hard as I expected he should, and he washed up the track some, so it pushed me out, and we had a lot of rubber on the track, a lot of marbles on the track from the Pro Late models and the modifieds. And so I kind of got squirrely, and I actually fell back to third. Took me a few laps to get back around second place. And by that time, I was like half a straightaway behind Rafe. Somehow, miraculously, I ran him down and made a few attempts to pass. Actually, you can go back on the page here on Facebook, and you can see them. I put the last 5 laps or so up there. I think it was. It was fun. It was fun racing back there. Moved around a little bit, and I kind of I knew I was going to try to pressure him as hard as I could. And we come off turn 2 with 2 to go. And when we come off turn 2, he kept it as low as he could on the back straightaway. So I just kept it on his bumper. And I backed off a little early going in because I knew we were low. Well, he drove it in deep, washed up, and then I shot up under, and he tried to turn down and got loose. So, I mean,
yeah, it was a hectic race.
It was fun. But anyway, I was able to head on around him there and take the win in the second race of the Legends over there. Yep. So
good. Congrats.
I guess
it was fun.
It was fun
to watch.
It was fun to drive.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good. Still look back at times. We weren't turning the times that we needed to be turning. Got some work to do on that car. I don't know what it is though. I really don't. I think it might be a little bit, but I think it's just tires right now.
Yeah.
I think that's tires on the Legend cars. You know, a couple years ago we could not get tires, so we were running tires 10 races or more. Now it's like the tires we're getting they're great for about 2 races.
Yeah, they do wear out faster.
And it's not even that they're wore out; they just have no grip. I don't know. So we'll see. But we did stick the. They were not running Challenger, so a lot of guys decided to let's just put them in late model. So we had a decent late model field.
Yeah.
I ended up coming home 8th in it. Not terrible. I could not, and we ran the scuffs we ran on our right side. They were older. We just could not get the push out of the car. We had a center corner tight.
Yeah.
Both ends of the track the whole day, and I think it just hurt us for whatever. I mean, I just could not get the car to turn like we needed to all day.
You're definitely at a disadvantage if you had to get scuffs out the building or whatever.
Well, I didn't have to get them out the building, but they were not good ones.
Yeah.
I'll put it that way. Because we had an old set that we ran last year.
Oh, okay.
They were just probably a year and a half old almost. So just
I got you.
Old.
Yeah.
I think. Just
surprised you found
outdated.
them back there.
I know, right? Actually, they've been sitting on rims and never took them off rims over there. So I don't know, but it was all right. It was good racing. That was 50 laps, and like I say, we were able to come home 8th, which could have been worse.
No, yeah.
Car was clean. Everything's good. Got some issues going on in transmission, I think, or something like that though. Just made some funny noises.
Yeah, it had some smoke coming from somewhere.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was that was the shift shaft seals were pouring.
Wow.
I got something on the way.
Yeah.
I got something on the way to put in it.
Yeah, it kind of progressively got worse.
It was-
I was watching it.
We jacked it up. It was the way they were coming out. It was coming out. It was just blowing straight back to the exhaust because the exhaust runs back right behind the transmission.
Yeah.
It was just hitting directly on the exhaust. So it should have been smoking.
Yeah.
So not a big deal really. So that's fortunate, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, for sure. So that was good racing.
Yeah, I don't know when our next race is, probably.
I think I'm gonna try to run probably the legend car at Dylan's off all of August.
Yeah.
Florence is gonna run in like 2 weeks, I think it is.
Is it?
2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Is when they'll be back with the legend car. So I think I'll
Make that one.
probably try to run that with the legend car.
T4.
We're gonna do some work to I gotta take the Charger car over to Chad tomorrow night, and we're gonna change up front end on it, and we'll go from there. We'll see how it goes.
T4.
I'm gonna change transmissions. Might throw some gear to it. I don't know yet.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll throw some stuff at it.
Just throw a bunch of stuff at it, see what sticks. August 17th. Appreciate it, Matt.
There you go.
Matt's got it right there. I knew it was a couple weeks. But we want to thank our good friends over at Fresh Chef. If you are, I was talking to Earl and I didn't even realize this. I mean, they've been a great partner of ours for the past year or so. But I've been eating there since before that. I think Mel himself, owner, I think he said he's got like 7 locations up there now.
Really?
So it's growing and it's good.
Might have to
Guys,
stop by tomorrow.
yes, y'all will be right at it.
Close to one, good.
You will be close to one. Just look up Fresh Chef
Yeah.
right where y'all are at, and man, that's some good food. Good.
Yep.
Pretty much
Yeah,
anything you want.
We wanted to go anyway. That's good. Yep. We'll be there.
Yeah, y'all hit it up if you're are close to one, so that'll be good. But guys, it's good food. If you're up in the Race City area, as I like to call it, I know Conover, Mooresville, everywhere, Concord, anywhere up there, there's a Fresh Chef near you. So y'all head up there, daily drink and food specials. So y'all check it out for sure. Also, our good friends at Dixie Made right here in Florence, South Carolina. We ain't got but a few weeks. Already talking about it. About a month now. Everybody be in town for Darlington.
Yep.
It's pretty much July shot.
It went fast.
Went quick. So if you're down this way, coming to the beach, coming to the race, whatever you're coming to, be sure to stop by Dixie Made. Some of the best brands over there you'll ever find. Some of the best brands that everybody loves. Stop in. Anything from head to toe, they got you covered. Also, our good friends at MPM Marketing, McAllister Precision Marketing. In this world, if you want to move up in motorsports, you got to have a great marketing partner that knows the ropes, knows what you need, everything you need before you need it. So head over to MPM Marketing, get with Tanya. She knows everything, knows all the people that you need to know, and she'll get you hooked up for sure. Well, NASCAR is now on a 2-week break
Yep.
for the Olympics. You watching the Olympics?
A little bit. I like to see some of it. I don't know.
I'm mad at them still.
Yeah.
Stupid. I ain't even going into it, but it's stupid.
Yeah.
But what's your favorite summer Olympic sport to watch?
Oh, I do like the swimming. The swimming is
Swimming's
pretty
cool.
interesting. I like to see
Swimming's
some of that. What else do I like to watch? I like to see the track and field stuff too.
Do you?
I like to see, the 100-meter, the real and stuff. Other than that, I just kind of flip channels, see what's on.
I always try to find it, and I don't even know what they call it, but the indoor bicycle racing on the track, it looks like
that is
a major
cool.
Bristol made out of wood.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the stuff that you just don't know when it's going to be on.
No, I have to go back and
Yeah, they
search for it.
draft and they.
Dude, them things are insane.
I know, that is
them
pretty
dudes'
cool.
legs are like this big around,
Yeah.
and calves. I'm like, them
Yeah.
things fly.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And you ever notice those bikes? They don't have like a clutch on. You know, like our regular bicycle, you can kind of spin the pedals back.
Yeah.
Nah, theirs are direct drive. So they stand there with their feet strapped in and balance the bike before they go.
Wow.
They can't stop. Like that's why they go around like 2 more laps after the race is done.
They can't.
Because there's no their legs just moving. Even though they're slowing down, their legs just moving with it. There's no brakes on them bikes or anything, which is crazy.
Yeah, they're like the most, try to slow down the least mechanical,
yeah,
drag
exactly
or whatever
what
you
it
call
is.
it,
I'd be scared. I like having brakes.
Yeah. I would want to ride a bike on it one time, like a regular bike, just all that banking.
Yes, for sure.
It looks fun.
I think we need to take a legend car on it.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I've been watching that a little bit.
Yeah, I have been watching it some what I can, but I particularly like Winter Olympics better.
Really?
I do. I like the bobsleds and stuff.
That is pretty cool. How do you be good at that? I feel like you're not steering it. You're just
You are.
You are steering it?
Yeah, there's actually there's like a rope system in the front. The front skis actually turn a little bit.
That would be pretty cool.
I always thought it was just get in.
I thought they
follow
were
the
sitting there and
track.
just riding and hopefully you're fast.
No, there actually is some steering.
Yeah.
Bodine bobsleds. Jeff Bodine, he does all the American bobsleds. Well, he does about all the bobsleds now, I think. But that was kind of his thing. He got into, and he really made the Americans really fast for a long time. That it's crazy the amount of technology to go. I was watching some stuff about the blades that are on them and
Sure.
all that.
It's all
I mean, it's
more than meets the eye.
dude. I'm like, there's no suspension on it, but they're getting spring rates out of carbon fiber and stuff like that on it. And I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. All right, but NASCAR did race at Indianapolis before the break there. I was bored.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was better than the road course.
I ain't disagreeing with that.
I feel like
0 passes for the lead under green.
Oh, really?
0.
I wish my man KB wouldn't have went in there and kamikaze it there, because I feel like the end might have been okay.
I thought it was his race to win there for a little while.
Yeah, he had some speed, but even just to see how it would have played out between Keselowski and Blaney and Larson, I think he might have got a little, something out of that.
I'm kind of with Denny Hamlin. I hate to say I'm with Denny Hamlin on anything, but but I'm with him on it. He's like, it's getting ridiculous. He hates these consistent fuel mileage races. He said, we're making it fuel mileage races ourselves. He says, not that it's just by happenstance became a fuel mileage race. It's like, no, every time we're going into pit, we're timing exactly how long that fuel can needs to be in.
Yeah.
And
They can do the tires faster now. With
right. The tires are so fast that their biggest holdup is putting fuel in the car. And I'm like, I really wish we'd go back to 5 lugs just to slow the pit stops down.
Yeah.
We don't need 8-point-some second pit stop.
Yeah, they still do it fast. It's still pit crews.
Yeah,
still
I mean,
competitive,
still
but
11.
a lot of gas closes at 3 seconds at a time.
Yeah, for sure. But they are timing it to the 100th of a second that they need that fuel can engaged.
Yeah.
And that's all they're looking at. They're just watching a watch and telling the fuel man to pull out because tires are done before him. And I'm just like, dude, it's getting old. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. But I thought Kyle, if he was going, run good and won, here it was.
Yeah.
Nah.
I think it was hard to pass. I wish he could have settled down and just run 6, but
What was so
that
bad?
was a bad thing.
I don't know if
ready
you
to get over that. That was a bad thing to watch.
I don't know if you saw it, but literally coming out, that was in what, turn 3 that happened?
Yeah, I think I heard.
Coming out of turn 2, crew chief said, all right, we just need to settle in here and we need to finish. We need a good finish. He goes in turn 3 and just wipes out. I was like, dude, this season can't get much worse for him.
It's terrible. It's awful.
But something his name has come up in, and I'm going to ask you about your thoughts. We saw a few weeks ago Rodney Childers signed with Spire. and it was said, "Oh, he's going to be the crew chief of the
Corey
7
LaJoy,
car." Well, Corey LaJoy even put out, "Can't wait to work with Rodney next year," and blah blah blah. 2 weeks after that, Corey LaJoy is being released at the end of 24,
Yeah,
even though
that
he
was
had a
quite a
contract through 25.
Yeah, that was quite a shock.
I'm just asking your opinion because I don't have a clue. People are saying it's going to be a surprise who goes there. Surprise who goes there. Kyle Busch's name has come up a lot on that list, even though he has a contract through 25 also. What do you think?
It'd be interesting to see. I mean, he's obviously got some ties from, they bought his truck team, and he's,
Right.
He's driven for him a couple of times in the truck. I don't know. There's probably so much going on behind closed doors that we don't know about. I think it'd be tough. I don't know. I think that's more of a lateral move. I don't know that that's really moving up. I mean, Spires has run about where RCR's run.
I agree.
This year.
I agree this year.
I think they're spending some money. They got Ronnie.
That's what I was fixing to say.
Trying to go up. So I don't know if it would entice them or not, to be honest with you.
But if we're looking at Corey as a lateral move, but look at Carson Hocevar.
Yeah, Carson.
has
Even Zane's been running decent.
Zane
sometimes.
has not been running bad, but Carson's ran like consistently 10 spots better than Corey.
I've always thought Corey was a little overrated.
I like him. Seems like a nice guy.
Yeah, I
but
agree.
I hate it for him. He can run good. His only top 5s have ever come on super speedways or Atlanta, whatever you want to call that.
Well, I just didn't think everybody always thought about he can get so much out of the car. I didn't.
He was
think
fast in a late model.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's still in the Cup Series. He's obviously a very good driver. I'm not insinuating that.
Oh, yeah.
It's just I didn't think he was always some awesome driver who's gonna get in your car and make it.
That's right.
3 spots better than what you should have or whatever.
100% right.
I think he can run what it's worth and just.
And I think, and this stinks, is when you get in slower equipment, you get the habits of slower equipment.
Yeah, it's tough.
And once you've ran that for, what's been there like 7 years now or something like that, running the Cup Series in slower equipment, it's hard to jump in a car that's fast like he jumped in Chase Elliott's car last year. Well, they thought they was just going to jump in there and run good. Well, Chase Elliott's been used to running fast equipment. He knows what it takes to run fast in it. When you don't know what it takes to run
you're
fast,
in the mindset of let's run, 20th.
Exactly.
That'd be good. It's tough to step it up, probably.
that's my thought anyway. I mean, I don't know, but now I don't feel like anybody can just jump in that car as Kyle Busch this year. The car is just obviously bad because I cannot sit here and think Kyle Busch has just lost it.
And he's made some mistakes, and
He has
Sunday
made some
was certainly one of
mistakes.
them. but yeah, the car doesn't have speed week in and week out, obviously. And the weeks they have had speed, of something like that has happened.
So
just
if not Kyle, or who do you think might go in this 7 car?
I don't know. I mean, I don't see any big time prospects in the Xfinity Series. Anybody's, jumping to grab. I don't know. If it'd be a surprise, it definitely would be a surprise. I don't know.
I think it's going to be a surprise regardless who moves in it. Some people have talked about they just might keep Zane Smith because that ride is basically going away for SVG next year.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, the charter's going back to Trackhouse.
It was on loan or whatever.
Yeah, it was on loan from Trackhouse. And people have talked about, they might just keep Zane. I'm like, I don't think they're going to keep Zane in that.
No.
Not spend all that. I'm not down in Zane.
I don't think they would have
by no
knocked
means.
Corey to get Zane in.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm not down in Zane or anybody over there, but I don't think you would spend whatever money it took to get Rodney Childers over there and then say, all right, let's develop Zane. He's been there a few years. Let's see if we can make him a little faster. I don't think you're going to do that. I think you're going to
get it for somebody. It would, make sense for Kyle to go there. But I don't know.
It would. That's the only thing.
I guess contracts don't really matter that much anymore.
Apparently not, dude. They, I mean, we saw that with Tyler Reddick a couple years ago, and he was going to stay through his contract, but it was just a terrible look.
Yeah.
I mean,
for the whole year.
Yeah, we're going to run this whole year, and whichever somebody else did that years and years ago, and I can't remember who it was right now, but Oh, it was Brian Vickers when he ran the.
The Michael Waltrip cars.
Was it Michael Waltrip? He was on loan from like
Was it the Red Bull?
the Red
cars,
Bull
maybe?
stuff. Yeah,
I wish they get back in it.
Yeah,
Just because they're in everything, it'd be cool to have them in NASCAR.
I think they got a. I don't know. They just drivers they put in it. They could have.
No,
I think they could have done better.
they ended up winning a race.
Yeah,
It's
they
not like
won a race,
Yeah,
but I just think they could have. They were wanting to spend all this money, but
yeah.
they didn't. It's
That
like-
was kind of a bad time. I think with this new car, they had a
Yeah.
better shot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That car tomorrow was kind of a weird thing. Anyway.
It was, but I'm still not happy about the new car. I'm just not.
It's
happy.
up and down.
Yeah, I mean, but we can't just be. I would rather have it back like it was early 2000s, 90s, whatever, where there was a different car to go to different style track. I mean, I'm about to that point where I'd almost rather have that to watch than. I mean, we heard how upset what Ryan Blaney was with the whole. He's like, I'm on the outside. I'm not going to win this race. I have no chance at passing him. I have no. And when you've got that thought, and everybody's like, oh, Kyle Larson passed everybody. Yeah, Kyle Larson was on a completely different strategy. Everybody else was running half throttle.
Yeah,
He was running wide open. But when you know you're starting on the outside and you cannot win from there,
yeah. And it's all
it's a bad look.
all the major motorsports are having that problem of just
They
being
are.
aero. You can't. I mean,
You can't put the genie back in the
yeah,
bottle
yeah.
on the technology.
Formula One, IndyCar, they're all.
Yeah.
That's all their biggest fight.
For sure.
I don't know. I don't know what you do.
I don't either. And I mean, the only thing I know you do is take away downforce, I guess, and
Yeah.
put more horsepower in the car. I ain't saying you need 1,000, but put more horsepower in the car. I still think the biggest part of it is we got to get rid of some tire. I think that wide of a tire with this platform, you're just creating so much grip that it's like they like to say a slot car.
Yeah.
So we're still beating that horse. Oh, so anyway, I don't know what else. What else we got?
I don't know. I'm probably going to head home, play the new college football game. Landon play that any?
Me and Landon played yesterday.
Yeah. I was wondering if he.
It's the first time I've picked up a video game controller in. I asked Kayla, I said, when's the last time I picked it? She said, probably about. Landon was probably about 3. Well, he's 15 now.
Wow.
So I hadn't played, and I think I was probably playing either Madden or the college football that was out back then. So I will have to hand it to him. The first game I'd been back on it, he's better. Regardless, he beat me by 3 points.
Oh, not too bad.
He was playing with Georgia. I was playing with Alabama.
Okay. So the teams were pretty even.
They were pretty even. He beat me by 3 points.
Close game.
Took me to about the fourth quarter to really get the hang of the controller
Had to
again.
get rusty, yeah.
I feel like I need a rematch though.
Yeah. 100%.
I feel like I need a rematch.
100%.
I felt pretty good though about the first time. If it hadn't been iRacing, I hadn't done it in years.
Shoot, yeah, that's all muscle memory. Yeah, that's tough to get back into, I'm sure.
So, but I have to say he beat me.
Okay.
He beat me
That might have to get a rematch
by a
there.
field goal.
The field goals are crazy to kick in that
Dude,
game.
I feel like
as
the
the away
kickers
team.
stink. I feel like the kickers stink for some reason.
Well, that meter is just impossible. Like,
Yeah, but even on the, I was moving around just to see. Like even on the, I was the home team, and mine wasn't bad. Mine was slow, and I'd get it almost dead center. But I'm just like kickers, they don't kick far at all.
yeah,
I feel like I need deeper ball here.
yeah.
So I don't know. Who knows?
Need to do like me and my friends do. You go to the screen, you get 3 random selections. You can choose from them, and if you decide to do a 4th random, that's your team.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like
but it does end up with sometimes you get on the bad end of that, but it's kind of funny.
Our buddy Brandon Elvis just asked. He said, "We ready for tomorrow night?" No, we're not ready to race with you anymore, Brandon. Connor is. Connor's trying to knock you off up there. He's getting close
I
to
practiced a little bit this week.
Dude, I don't know what happened to my car last week.
Yeah, something
Something went awry. We will say.
You were
I was
a 10
good.
type.
I was good in practice. I felt good about it. All of a sudden, qualifying come around, I was like, I pushed it too hard. And I did. I overdrove the corner. I pushed it a little too hard. All of a sudden, the race, I couldn't turn it in a 10-acre field. I don't know what it was. It just completely changed. Apparently, it was me because this is all fixed setup.
It might have been good I didn't practice because everybody that I talked to, Brandon included, said they had to run completely different in the race and they didn't practice for whatever reason. I guess the way it rubbered up or whatever.
I guess I'm just not that good.
No, come on.
Nah,
Coming off a top 10.
Yeah,
Previously.
That was by not moving off the top is what that was. That was I had committed to the top and I was like, I'm staying here. If anybody wants to pass me, you can try it on the bottom. I'm staying right here.
Hopefully tomorrow will be pretty clean.
I'm hoping I can make it. Make it, Brandon. Connor's gonna be there for sure. I'm gonna be pushing it.
Yeah. You got a drop race though.
Yeah, I got to
use it.
Yeah, if I need to use it, I was hoping to drop last week though.
Yeah,
Ugh, that was rough. Dude, I don't know if I told you even, Brandon, but what I tell you, my right front was I did it
10,
like
wasn't
10.
it? Yeah, it was
My
crazy.
right front was like 10%, and I'm like, I am so slow through the corners. I don't know how I'm using the right front at all. I was
Yeah, I
backing
got to
up
go
the corner.
fast to try to slide
Apparently
the right
so.
rear around. I don't know.
Apparently-
I'm not great. I burned my right front off too. But
I don't. It was bad. That was not my cup of tea.
yeah,
for some
we
reason.
missed a setup there.
And the bad thing is, I love that track. It was
Really?
in practice. I was like, man, this is fun. This is fun. And all of a sudden, the race, it was not fun anymore. So y'all can check it out. Oh god, I just lost. What's the name of the
True
Sim
Sim Productions.
True Sim Productions on
ASRL.
on YouTube. Yep, check out the ASRL there, All Star Racing League. Me and Connor, at least Connor, be in it this week. Hopefully, both of us. Got to wait on that throttle. I was waiting on everything.
Wait on it to turn.
I was waiting on it to turn. I still ain't turned. But anyway, so all right, guys. Well, glad to be back after a couple weeks here.
Yep.
I know. So we had some stuff coming up. And I've been talking about this forever, and I'm about to go show Connor. Connor hadn't even seen it as of late. Here real shortly. It might be after we get over the real hot stuff. We probably could have done it today. We have a new studio this close to ready. I want to get everything in it before we kind of introduce it. So it's gonna be cool. Here in the next few weeks, though, we're gonna be in it regardless.
So take a look.
So we're going to go take a look at it and all that good stuff. But anyway, guys, appreciate all y'all hanging out with us. Appreciate all our help. Rev Max Racing as well. I don't think I mentioned them earlier, but Rev Max Racing. Head over there. Get your, if you need suit, gloves, all that fun stuff, head over there. Get hooked up with them. And they'll get you set up. But anyway, guys, appreciate all y'all hanging out with us. And check us out. We'll be back hopefully next week, I guess. Maybe. Hopefully, probably.
Most likely.
As long as everything goes all right. So anyway, guys, appreciate y'all. Have a good one.
Later.
Alrighty, everybody. Here on the Facebook world. Appreciate all y'all hanging out. One day we're going to get this chat
Yeah,
right.
that'd be cool. We
I don't
can.
know what's going on with it. That's why I just keep my phone up. Sorry, might just have to get some tablets for the new one. Just have it up.
Yeah.
So we can see it anyway. But anyway, all right, guys. Appreciate y'all. And we'll be talking with you